Hello, hello. Okay, so we are identical twins. My name is Jeannette.
And I'm Annette.
And we are called the Dynamic Duo. And follow us on Instagram. We're called Twins Go Clean. Mm-hmm. And we do our business together. It's really easy to share this business. And Kathy asked us to talk about markets and our summer business. And so Annette and I both do a lot of markets, and that is what we do in
the summer, especially because partying is a little bit slower because people are on vacation. And what I love about summer markets is that people are ready to be introduced to Norwex, and vendor events is really where you can meet a lot of new customers simply by asking people as they're walking along if they've ever heard of Norwex.
So let's focus on some of the wins that we have with markets, and we're going to go through some. Hi there, Rena. Hi, Amanda. Let us know if you're there. Hashtag replay if you're watching
Bonjour,
a replay.
Amanda.
And so we're going to connect with you and let you know what our top takeaways from summer markets are. We're going to be doing this for 10 minutes, and we're going to do a Q&A after. Are you good with that, Annette? Okay.
Yep,
so Annette, why don't you get us started?
Okay, so the first thing, as I said, is I welcome people and I ask them if they've heard about Norwex. Oh, yes, they have products. Oh, what sort of products do you have? And then I go into there from the beginning. If they're new, we're always talking about the butter demo. We have butter, we talk about the EnviroCloth and the window cloth, and that's how we introduce the E for everything cloth and the window cloth.
I always like to let people do the touch the mirror after. They see that there is absolutely no smudge and no trace from
right. And then people say, well, I know about microfiber, but they've never really felt those tiny, tiny fibers that act like little fingers and pick everything up. So I have a wet EnviroCloth, and I'm literally getting people to feel it. I don't want anybody to say the fibers are too thin and they stick on their hands. Well, that's because you need to use it wet, and you introduce that to them. So you're really wanting to make an impact into their home with those two products, and if they have them, you can move on to other things, right?
So you have about 30 seconds to a minute with each customer. So Annette and I were talking about this before, and really the win of the markets are not necessarily your sales, but it has everything to do with the follow-up, and it has everything to do with that connection while you're there. So the first thing I do is I ask them if they're on Facebook. If they say no, then I ask them if they'll follow us on Twins Go Clean. When they say they are on Facebook, I go, oh my God, I get all excited, and I say, you have to join my VIP. I show you how to use the Norwex you already have. Plus I have giveaways, and I also introduce to you all the new products that come out in March, August, October, and January. So how I get them in my VIP is I use text replacement. While I type VIP, all my VIP link shows up. And I literally go join my VIP, and I ask them to pull out their phone, and I ask them to click it twice to join my group. So the first point is that I want to make sure they get into my VIP group.
Right. And you do it right there on the spot so that it's not them going away and relying on them to finish it. The good thing about the vendor events is that we have an opportunity to show all of the newest products, because they may say they have some Norwex, because in Manitoba, Norwex has been around a long time, and yes, they have a lot of the products, but not necessarily the new products. So they get their products right away. They're not paying shipping and handling. They can see all of the new products. And if you have a customer that wants absolutely everything, you're going to talk to them about hosting. So you always want to have a hosting envelope ready with the following month's host rewards, or if it's early in the month, that month's host rewards, like the mop month. If they're talking about the mop, they want the mop, you get them to host party in June, and you give them the host envelope. I always say make sure that you get all of the information of the customer. Get their email and get their cell number, and so that you can continue following up with them after.
That's right, because we know that Norwex will send them all the flash sales and all the emails whenever there are specials or, items that they want to be able to follow up. This is a really easy way to give a booking envelope to people. There's a couple catalogs, couple order forms. It's everything to have a successful party, and you can get those on the supplies in the back office.
Resource. Yeah.
So vendor events, how do we win at them as well? Is that we have also QR codes that if that's something that you're tech savvy and you want to have QR codes, put that at the back of the catalog. Gift away the catalog. It may cost you $1, but the follow-up when you gift a catalog to a customer is huge. Plus they have all your contact information there.
Right. And the link tree is on there too, right? Which has all of the information as well. Yeah.
So you're gonna also have, for instance, what I have is a video ready. So I do the countercloth video, which is I fill 2 glasses of water, 2 glasses, same amount of water. I do the paper towel versus the countercloth, and I sell about 18 countercloths every trade show or market. And that's just because people will see the absorbency of the demo of the countercloths, and you give them the choice of colors. You tell them that they can have their little house, and I always sell out of those products. Another thing I do, sorry Annette, is I missed, you go.
Oh, sorry, I interrupted.
That's okay.
Tea towels. You can do the same with the tea towels. I fill up a full glass of 2 cups of water, and I'll throw the tea towel in and show how it absorbs everything. Sell it every time. So
that's right. And so whatever you focus on, know that you're selling it. So if you're focusing, let's say, on a smaller item such as the...
Let's say it's the paste. I sell a lot of paste. All I do is I have 4 or 5 before and after pictures, and I tell them, I always have a list of the 25 usages of the paste, and even if it's a man coming by who's going totally in the wrong direction, I ask him if he does tire rims. He could use it on all of his vehicle, like taking the bugs off, etc. And I sell lots of paste, which is a high-ticket item, right, Jeannette?
Right. So I just want to talk about follow-up. But first, do you want to talk about what we do here with this?
Right. Some of the strategies that we do actually on the table. We always talk about the window cloth and vinyl cloth, but we have a 10 and under basket. We include things like Speary sponges that are a little bit more than $10, but there's a lot of things in the catalog at under 10. People are always drawn to that. There's also a under 20 area, and that literally takes up the table.
We have like the Forever bottles. We have the facial mitt. We have lots of stuff under $20.
Back scrubber that was on sale. Anything that we've had on sale in flash sales, we also load up on those and put them out as a sale because sales attract people. Manitoba, people love sales. So we make sure to emphasize that products are on sale. They're saving on shipping and handling. They get the products right away and they get to see the new products. I always make sure that I have almost one of everything, like the cutting boards. I will have them at the forefront of the table, and all 3 sizes, and people can choose which one they want. And like I've done shows with Jeannette just because we love being together and doing that sort of thing. And she says, I never sell the cutting boards at the vendor show.
I don't.
Watch this. And then I compare it to the before and after, like with a plastic cutting board and our cutting board, and talk about rice husks as being a safe alternative to plastic because it's an edible product. And people are sold. So and the optic scarf, you're going to say the optic scarf, right?
So I was just going to say, if people are walking by, I have this, I have that, I have that. Have you tried the optic scarf? Have an optic scarf hanging on your purse. Show them and clean their glasses. So Annette and I always clean everybody's glasses. We do this Eastern Stars event that has Americans and Canadians that come to our home province. And we always have, for 4 or 5 days, we clean everybody's glasses with the optic scarves. Sell about 18 of those a day, and we always do the leather shine on all the men's shoes
and the ladies' handbag.
And we sell a ton of leather shine.
That's right.
You want to do that? And then I'm going to talk about follow-up.
And then the other thing we could have, too, is a booking incentive, like a booking basket or a box. We throw things that we have in our supplies that maybe we've received as our own hostesses, right? Something doesn't cost us anything, right?
Right. Something you have in your cupboard.
And then it's a huge incentive for people to actually do the booking as well.
So they will get this envelope, and then you say, and then you see that box. You're going to get that box free when I come to your home that night. Yeah. So that works relatively well when you're doing an in-home party and when you're trying to get in-home parties. We're going to bring that to your place when we have our in-home party. So that also works great for bookings. So
Let's not forget too that recruiting months,
Okay.
where we have the virtual party, right? I make sure I have all the documents ready on hand. When I see a customer that wants a large amount of products, I simply ask them if they want a membership for $19.99 for a virtual kit, and then they can save 35% on all their products. And they are
sure.
repeat consultants. It's a very good thing to have as well.
Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit of follow-up. So this is my folder of all my customers that I have at a market in a certain town that I go in. So Annette and I don't necessarily do parties in the summertime, but we do a lot of markets. So right now I have one that I do consecutively every Wednesday, and also one that I do every Thursday. So what I will do is I will always, like Annette said, take down the person's information and their text number and email, as well as fill out their order form for them. I don't give them a copy. They can take a picture of the receipt.
Yeah.
That's for sure. But the reason I do that is to save on paper. And then because we've really become a virtual world. And then what I do is I ask them to join my VIP. And when they're in my VIP, what I will do when I get home from the market is I will note down every person that I approve to get into my VIP group. And I will welcome them to my VIP group. But not only that, I will look at what they bought. And for instance, this person, Lorraine, purchased the large window mop pad. So I will then, once she's in my VIP, go and search a video of the window large mop pad that I did previously. And then I will tag Lorraine and say, hi, Lorraine, it was great to meet you. Thank you for your order of the large window mop pad. And by the way, here's a quick video that will show you how to use that item. Same thing with how do you put together a mop? That's okay. I sell a soup mop collection at a trade show. Don't you worry. I'm going to show you how to use that in my VIP group. Mm-hmm. Now, for those that, they didn't have their phone present or they didn't join my VIP group. Well, remember, I have their text information. So I'll go on their text and say, just a gentle reminder to join my VIP group because I tried to tag you to show you how to use that spray mop attachment, but I can see that you're not in the group yet. So then next thing you know, they're joining the group. So that's another great reminder.
And the other thing that you could do with this, and what Jeannette and I have done, is when you are at a reoccurring vendor trade show, we go back to our order forms and we text these people and we tell them, guess what? We're back in person at our vendor event and hope. And they come to our table and they're excited about seeing new products.
And the funny thing is they won't respond to my text, but they'll come to the table and they'll say, you text me this morning. Yeah. Thank you for the text. Or I will write down if it's a house number and then I'll phone them. And the funny thing is if they don't make that market, like remember I'm going back to the same every consecutive Wednesday. If they don't make it that Wednesday, the following Wednesday they'll say, hey, you called me at my house. And I've noticed that that customer care call is huge because I just did one last Saturday, the day after we came home from our leadership summit, and a lady remembered that I had called her the week before and she bought about $350 from me just that special day. She bought the cutting board. Like, focus on the high ticket items, if I could say that, like the cutting boards, the extra large towels, you guys. If they see you trying it on and showing the different textures of the extra large towels, the plush between the stripe, between the graphite, they'll love that variety. You can also write things like save in sets. We always do that. And give a little special. So it's $105.99 in our catalog when you save in sets for towels. Well, guess what? You can put those on for $99.99 and they feel like they've gotten a great deal when it's only $6.
Yeah.
So we always have sales as well that we give. The same with the mop. You can offer the mop for a little discount and always remind people that when they're purchasing something, they're literally saving about $10 because they're not paying shipping and handling and taxes on the shipping and handling.
And we want to make sure that we maximize emphasize the fact that they want the rubber brush, and we
Yes.
show all the other products that go with them up so that they have a wish list for the future as well.
And personally, I always charge taxes because I
me
don't
too.
ever want to get caught by anyone saying, hey, you never charge taxes. If you want to give a discount, go ahead, but I would recommend always charging taxes.
Absolutely, I agree. Yeah.
You can ask, I prefer e-transfers for method of payment because they do it right there and it gets transferred to my email address, goes right into my bank account. But you can also use the Square. The Square is like a little...
Attachment to your phone, yeah, and so that it automatically goes and you don't have to write down any of the information. Some people want to maintain confidentiality, but e-transfer is the same way, and it gets done right away.
And most people pay cash. To
Yes.
tell you,
Yeah.
at markets, they come there with the intention of spending, believe it or not. I always love the fact that I had this customer, her name is Cheryl, and she's just a beautiful, beautiful woman. And she met me at a very, very small market, town market, and there was maybe 7 tables. It's about 2.5 hours from my home, or is it 1.5 hours? 1.5 hours from my home, but I go there every Wednesday. And Cheryl felt so sorry for me because I was doing the butter demo and she was like, oh my gosh, this lady is selling cloths. I think I'll buy one just to support her. I feel so bad for her being here all day. Well, then she tried the cloths. And she joined my VIP. Now she's posting how much she loves everything in my VIP. She's part of my rewards clubs. She gets lots of free stuff from me. And she absolutely, absolutely loves Norwex. And that all started from someone who didn't know Norwex, who lives in rural Manitoba, who is now buying consistently from me, has the sheet set, all, etc., etc. She's really great.
I have the pillowcases too. I have the 2 colors, and I always talk about whether or not they have ever felt the beautiful pillowcases that have backlock. It blows everyone's minds away. So you have to remember, we have really awesome products to offer, and when they see all the products on hand, it's really you're dealing with a warm customer, right, Jeannette?
Yeah, that's so true.
Okay.
So,
Q&A.
sure.
Does anyone have questions that they'd like, or did we not mention something that more than we should have? We started on a topic and ran off with something else because we're famous at doing that. We get too excited. Okay, so hi, Ashley.
Hi,
Ashley saying hello.
Rena. Anyone else have questions? Thanks, Garci.
Garci does.
Hi, Bonnie.
Follow-up is key, absolutely.
And that's a great tip to
Debbie
tag,
Bolton,
isn't it?
I took Debbie to the airport. I was driving her back to the airport, and she asked me, you take down your customers' emails, don't you? And I go, yes, I do. And I said to Jeannette, why would Debbie Bolton tell us we need to take emails down? And that was before the flash sales started coming out with emails, right? So religiously, Jeannette and I, and we told all of our team, make sure you take your customers' emails, addresses, and plunk them in your system as your contacts. And now we know why. But don't forget about emails, yes. And for text messages and messaging project broadcast, you want the text as well.
And then, of course,
Cell
when
numbers.
they're in your VIP group, there is so much follow-up you can do with them. You can do the Buyers Club, Rewards Club. You can do the pick a gift. If you don't know how to run a VIP group, just talk to your upline or we do the feature of the week every week. And this week we're doing...
netted dishcloths, and we were washing our vehicles with it and taking all the bugs from the lake and the wedding, the late nights, because Jeanette's son got married. So and now
this morning my son just gave birth to a little, well, he didn't give birth, but my son and his wife just had a little boy. So it's our first grandson born this morning. So it's very exciting news this week. So we're Jeannette
and Annette,
and follow us on Instagram, Twins Go Clean. And we wish you the best luck. And if there's no other questions, I think our 15 minutes is up. And hi, Shanda. Have a beautiful day, everyone.